welcome to my class. In the last class, we were talking about consumers' equilibrium, one commodity model, utility analysis. And in this, we are going to do, along with utility analysis, two commodity model. And in this, again, it's consumers' equilibrium. Where will he be in equilibrium? How many goods? And in this, we take two goods. How many of each good will he buy to be in equilibrium? That is a question. And this depends upon two conditions. One is the law of equi-marginal utility, and the second is the law of diminishing marginal utility. So talking about equi-marginal utility, it means that the marginal utility of the rupee, of the last rupee of the expenditure that he spends on each good should be the same. And the second is, of course, the more you have of a commodity, the more you consume, the utility from it keeps diminishing. So the two conditions are that. So based on that, I just want you to have a look at this. So it's a two commodity model. So while you look at it, I'll just say, so this is a two commodities case. We now assume that a consumer consumes only two goods, given the income of the consumer and the prices of the two goods in the market. Now, on what basis should the consumer allocate the given income on each good to obtain maximum satisfaction? So, the consumer should allocate his income so that no increase in gain is possible by transferring expenditure from one good to another good. So only if this happens, if this criterion is satisfied, only then we can say that the consumer is said to be in equilibrium. Now, the question is, what are the conditions that must be fulfilled to achieve this end? So how to go about it? Number one, as it's written, that there are two conditions. One is marginal utility of the last rupee of expenditure on each good is the same, and second, the marginal utility of a good falls as more of it is consumed. Okay, so first is the marginal utility of the last unit of money spent on each good is the same. So this is the law of equi-marginal utility. So let's talk about the law of equi-marginal utility. The term equi-marginal utility does not refer to the equality of marginal utilities of a good, but marginal utilities of the last rupee spent on each good. That's what it means. So that means a consumer does not spend rupee by rupee, but purchases a good unit by unit. That's what it is. So, for example, if we take two goods as X and Y, their prices as PX and PY. So then what the marginal utilities are, like, for example, MUX and MUY. So the equilibrium condition will be MUX upon PX is equal to MUY upon PY. This is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. It'll look like this. So MUX upon PX is equal to MUY upon PY is equal to MU, the marginal utility of the last rupee spent on each good. And this is what is known as a law of equi-marginal utility. Okay. And of course, the second condition, as we said, is that the marginal utility of good falls as more of it is consumed, and that is the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now, talking about all this, now let's just find out what will happen that if MUX upon PX is greater than MUY upon PY. So what will happen with that? Just have a look. So what's going to happen if this is the disequilibrium? There's a disequilibrium, or we don't equalize it. So will he be in equilibrium? Now suppose MUX divided by px is greater than MUX by PY. This means that MU from the last rupee spent on X is greater than marginal utility of the last rupee spent on Y. This induces the consumer to transfer expenditure from on Y to on X. So the consumption of X rises while that of Y falls. As a consequence, marginal utility of X falls and marginal utility of Y rises. So the act of transfer of expenditure continues till MUX upon PX and MUY upon PY are equal. When they are equal, the consumer gets the same marginal utility per rupee and he has no reason to further reallocate his income on the two goods he consumes. Okay, so that's what it is. So you must have seen that. So okay, for homework you can say, suppose that a consumer, what happens if MUX divided by PX is less than MUY upon PY? That could be let me see if you can do it, or maybe I'll discuss it later. And the second condition, as you see, is that marginal utility of a good falls as more of it is consumed. That is the law of diminishing marginal utility. Okay, so to make it more clear, I can explain this with the help of an illustration to make it clearer to you, because otherwise you won't understand. Now look at this. Now let us consider a situation where the consumer is buying two commodities X and Y, which are given in columns 2 and 3. Marginal utility of X is given there and marginal utility of Y is given in the third column, and the units consumed are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our aim is to see that he gets his equilibrium. And where will he attain it? When MUX upon PX is equal to MUY upon PY is equal to MUM, that is marginal utility of money, and that is equal to MU of a commodity and price of commodity X, which you can see in 4. The fourth column points out to marginal utility of X in terms of money, that is MUM of X commodity, and the fifth column shows you marginal utility in terms of money of the Y commodity. So now let's see the facts. So what are the variables given, or what is given? So based on that, see, the only thing that we have is the marginal utility, hypothetical schedule of one commodity and the other commodity. Now for example, let's see. Suppose that a consumer has to spend rupees 20 on two goods X and Y. Let the prices of X and Y be rupees 3 and rupees 4 respectively. Suppose marginal utility of money for the consumer, just remember, not for the good, not for anything else, marginal utility of money for the consumer is constant at 8 utils. Now marginal utilities derived from X and Y by the consumer are shown in column 2 and 3 respectively. These utilities have been converted into per rupee marginal utility in column 4 and column 5. Per rupee marginal utilities have been obtained by dividing marginal utilities of X by 3, that is price 3, and marginal utilities of Y by price 4 of that commodity. So based on that, now we'll just go through the columns, if you see. So first unit, let me just explain the table. So when, see, you have these X when he takes in, the marginal utility of X is diminishing as he gets more and more units. Like for 1 unit, he has 33 marginal utility he derives. When he takes a second, it reduces to 30. When he takes the third unit, it goes to 27. Fourth unit, it goes to 24. Fifth unit, it goes to 21. Sixth, it goes to 18. Let's take the third column, which shows the marginal utility of the Y commodity. So even here we see a diminishing marginal utility. As he consumes more and more units, the marginal utility for Y keeps on falling. When he takes the first unit, it's 36. Second unit, it's 32. Third unit, it's 28. Fourth unit, it's 24. Fifth unit, it's 20. And sixth unit, it is 16. Now let's take up this fourth column. In fourth column, what we've done is we've converted this into per rupee marginal utility, or marginal utility in terms of money. Okay, so this is what we have done. So in this, we can see that. Now let's take the fourth column. Marginal utility of X is 33. Now you divide it by 3. That is the price, Px is equal to 11, and so on. 30 for the second unit, marginal utility for X is 30, and divided by 3 you get 10. Then you have what is known as the third unit. You see the marginal utility is diminishing to 27, and if you divide it by 3 you get 9. So this is how you get this column. The fifth column shows the marginal utility of Y in terms of money. So again, how do you convert that? You take marginal utility of Y, say 36, divided by price of X. So price of X is 4. So, and so on. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 and 4. So when the consumer, now looking at this, now looking at the utilities and looking at this, you will discover that when the consumer buys 4 units of X and 2 units of Y, he will be in equilibrium. Here, he maximizes his utility because the condition of equilibrium is satisfied as under MUX upon PX is equal to MUY upon PY is equal to MUM. Now what is that? Like 24 divided by 3 is equal to 32 divided by 4 is equal to 8. So 3 8s are 24, 4 8s are 32 is equal to 8. So 8, 8, 8. Alright, so in his mind, whatever utility he had set, 8, will be, here he equalizes that with his expenditure. Now, 4 into X plus 2 into Y is the optimum. 4 of X and 2 of Y is the optimum bundle. So 4 units of X and 2 units of Y is the optimum bundle, which will give him the satisfaction. Alright, so that is his equilibrium condition. So consumer's equilibrium on this optimum bundle is rupees 20. Consumer's expenditure is how much? Rupees 20. That he can spend. So total expenditure is equal to expenditure on X should be plus expenditure on Y. So 4 into 3 plus 2 into 4. So 12 plus 8 is equal to 20. So since marginal utilities are equated here to obtain maximum satisfaction, this is called the principle of equimarginal utility. So you see that the first condition is satisfied here. Is that clear? You can just follow it up once again, listen to it once and see the table and compare notes, and you will understand. Okay, and the second condition is, okay, and the second condition, as we already know, is that the law of diminishing marginal utility. And in the table you can see, as he's consuming more of X and Y, there is a fall in utility. So thank you. We will continue on in the next. I'm going to do a few questions in the next class.